Yo, what is going on, you smelly shelmet? Today we're going to be playing some games with what might be the last new good deck to come from this format before Vivid Voltage comes out this Thursday. And I am going to be doing a 12-hour live stream with the release of Vivid Voltage on PTCGO, Thursday the 12th. 12-hour live stream starting at 12 p.m. Eastern. I'll be giving away a booster box of Vivid Voltage, 200 codes of Vivid Voltage, and all the extra cards I pull on PTCGO to the chat. So be sure to come out for that on Thursday, 12 p.m. Eastern, 12-hour live stream, twitch.tv/AzulGG. Also, if you guys need any Vivid Voltage codes or cards, channel Fireball, link in the description, use code AzulGG. All right, so the deck today that we are looking at is Tord and Pedro's Players Cup 2 deck. It is a mix of Mewtwo and Pikarom to give yourself as many options as possible in as many matchups as possible. So it opens up kind of like a Pikachu deck or Pikarom deck with the Electrify. And then from there, you have a lot of options. You can go into something like the Full Blitz. You have the Tandem Shock. And you have the Mewtwo, so you have all these options at the same time, while also giving yourselves options like the Vileplume with the Massive Bloom, then the Ganadel with the Venom Shot, and then the Greninja with the Mist Slash to get through stuff like the Decidueye, the Altaria. Also very good against stuff like the Luke Metal deck, where they use their GX attack, plus they have the Metal Goggles, so you can get through all those damage reduction effects to do exactly 130, set up 2-hit KOs on their big Zacians and Luke Metals. And then you have this Surfetched in here because you're playing the Aurora Energy to give Mewtwo all this access to all these attacks, and then you get access to the Meteor Smash against matchups like the Pikarom matchup or the Eternatus matchup where they're weak to fighting, and those big one-hit KOs can be a big difference maker in the matchup. And then from there, it's pretty straightforward as far as decks go. Right now, you get to play the Cherish Ball, which is such a super powerful Pokemon search card. You do play a ton of GX Pokemon in here, so being able to abuse the Cherish Ball is super nice. Of course, 4 Quick Ball, 1 E-Radar, so up the consistency a little bit, help you find your Dedenes, and then of course your Pikarom or your Raichu and Raichu 2 reset stamp as you would like to play in most of your decks. Just nice to have that comeback factor. 4 Switch, 3 Air Balloon, 9-3, 9-4, my bad, on the Lightning into Aurora Energy, 4 Research, 4 Marnie, no surprise there, 3 Boss Orders, and then 1 Chaotic Swell to keep those pesky stadiums, usually Hearths, out of play at some point. Comboing Swell plus Stamp against Hearth decks, Welder decks in general in the late game is super nice. And yeah, that's the list. Pedro and Tord played in the European Players Cup 2. Unfortunately, neither of them moved on to the second phase. Both lost their win-ins to week 2 of the Players Cup, but really cool deck. I don't think it's like ridiculously OP or anything. It's just a very solid deck with solid matchups kind of across the board. You can kind of beat everything with it. You're not extremely favored really against everything, but you just have good options in every single matchup and plenty of options, especially because you're playing a Mewtwo deck that always gives you that many more options than usually your opponent's decks. Yeah, super cool deck that they came up with here, and I'm excited to play some games with it. I have yet to play any games with it, so let's go ahead, let's do that, and let's get into some games. Okay, getting into it, like I said, I haven't played any games with this deck, so we're just going to choose to go second. That feels safe. I'm sure there's some matches where we'd like to go first, but just Electrify off the bat seems pretty safe. I think the Air Balloon on the Mewtwo is pretty good here, and actually his hand's kind of just good in general. A lot of options. We're gonna have that Dede change. We had the Chaotic Swell, so even if our opponent for some reason is playing Power Plant, okay. Mewtwo Mirror Match. Gonna be interesting. I have no idea who would be even favored in this scenario. Also, no idea what kind of build they're playing, but I actually have to assume, well, looks like we've stumbled into a mirror match here as our opponent benches a Pikarom and switches into it. Going second feels like it gives us an advantage for sure, though, is what I was going to say. Air Balloon, Chaotic Swell, Cherish Ball. Grab myself a... We could pull off the Massive Bloom turn 1, but that's probably not worth it if we're not going to want to KO Mewtwo. Grab a Dead. We probably just want to Electrify, to be honest. Unfortunately, that means we do give up this energy, but I don't think I care about the Surfetched being in play either. Then we're just going with that Dead change. Yeah, we're looking for... It's kind of an unfortunate top back of the Aurora. There he is. Ooh. What do we give up here? Want to keep the Dedenne around. Yeah, I mean, I don't think the Auroras are going to be that impactful in this matchup. Let's go get the Bolton. Our opponent had a pretty slow turn 1, so I'm kind of not wanting to... I don't want to Marnie them here, I don't think. They had a really slow turn 1. It doesn't mean they're dead drawing. They could easily have a draw supporter in those 4 cards, but yeah, attach, switch, pass. I think I would rather just like not give them what's it called? And they have crushing hammers. Okay, so it's another thing we have to deal with is crushing hammers. All right, perfect, cool. Yeah, crushing hammers, another thing we have to all of a sudden deal with. Not too worried about it. Once again, I did not check my deck for Cocoa Prism, which would have been a good thing to check for. That much better to have checked for now that we know our opponent is playing crushing hammers. It would have been that much better to have checked for our Cocoa Prism. I don't know if it's in there or not. There's a research. Not sure why they were debating that at all. Maybe they're thinking about switching back to the Mewtwo, I guess, which I might have done because they probably play air balloons. This thing getting stuck in. Whoa. Okay, there's a Jirachi. You never see this guy anymore. Okay, so they're playing something a little bit different. I was like, all right, this is probably just an exact 60 mirror, but then the hammers came out, and now there's a Jirachi GX out here. So I have no idea what to expect, to be honest, anymore at this point. Kind of wish I had kept maybe benched the Surf Fetched actually at this point. But we are now down to Aurora. I guess I could have given up maybe this Marnie instead of the Aurora when I quick balled away. Yeah, because now we're kind of locked in on using. We don't have a ton of attack options, to be honest. And we could still get both of our Auroras and actually pull off the second Surf Fetched, but it looks like they actually whiffed energy on their side. Yeah, it looks like they actually whiffed energy. So they have to go dig for energy. Now down another boss and a switch. Oh, they switched this guy out. Never mind. But yeah, boss is gone. The Raichu is gone, but it's going to be set up through the Mew 3. Here's another Crushing Hammer. This one, thankfully, is a Tails. Man, I have no idea how this is going to go. Especially now that they put this Jirachi GX in play. Neither of us are one-hit KOing the other. So I think we're going to probably just Electrify again on our turn. And then we'll see where we go from there. I have no idea where the game is going to go from there. Top deck is a Radar. Get rid of that. And then I will go ahead and Marnie. I don't want to detonate yet. Don't want to overly fill up my bench. So going from 3 to 4, they probably have a draw supporter in there. We did whiff another Pokemon to set up with the Electrify, which I definitely wanted to find here. I don't think I want 4 energy on this Mewtwo, unless they Crushing Hammer me, which they might, I guess. So I guess maybe we do just throw 4 here to play around Crushing Hammer. It looked like our Cocoa Prism was prized. I actually didn't check again, but I think it was prized. So no Cocoa Prism access up against a Crushing Hammer deck is never... Excuse my sneeze. Never a good thing. Never a good thing to not have access to that. Actually, if our opponent has a boss here, that'd be pretty bad for us. If they could just ball, but they're down 2. They don't have any bench space to dig, so I think our Bolton is probably getting hit this turn. But yeah, if they bossed our Mewtwo here, that would be pretty annoying. I actually don't have we did get the other Aurora energy though, so maybe we can pull something off with that. They're going to Electrify themselves. Not sure why they attached active then. Just fully setting up the Mewtwo. Yeah, all 5 on the Mewtwo. All right. There's a new Mewtwo for us, which we really like to see. We don't want to lose this energy. Losing this energy seems so bad. All right, I'm just going to have to Marnie again. I don't want to Marnie because they didn't do anything last turn, but I feel like I need more options here. Now we got bosses, which is great, so we can like bring up Mewtwo's and start hitting those first. I'm actually going to check my deck this time, finally. Grab this Vileplume to be able to potentially use it next turn. Or get in the discard pile, I mean. Cocoa Prism is here. Okay, so that's good to know. There's 4 energy left. Okay, I think we're just Electrifying again. Yeah, I think we're just Electrifying again. Set up my second Mewtwo. We have a boss. I probably should have gotten a Detena here so I could go boss that change on the Mewtwo, but we don't even have a way to one-hit KO it. I guess we could have gotten the other Boltoned, plus Cocoa plus energy. Now we only have 2 energy left in our deck, so that's going to be hard to pull off. I'm a little bit lost on how I want to approach this. It feels like we just had limited options turn to turn. There's the Bolt Storm for the knockout on our Bolton. Oh, man. I can't even... we could Lightning Ride this. All right. We could go for the Lightning Ride on this Bolton and then set up our own Bolton to KO that Mewtwo. I guess that wouldn't be terrible. How many Lightning do I have in here? 2, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 9th in the deck. I mean, I don't hate it, I guess. I can't come up with anything better to get through this Bolton. We could just boss the benched Mewtwo and then paralyze it with Raichu. They are down 3 switch. Actually, I kind of like that the more that I think about it. So we're going to go ahead and boss this. And we're going to go ahead and retreat. And we're going to go ahead and hit him with that Tandem Shock. I think I'm going to even hold this energy here because we have 2 energy left total. So might want this somewhere else. Yeah, go. This seems fine, actually. they have what? One switch card left. One switch card left. The bench is also locked. They can't Dead Change. They can't Crobat. They can't Eldegoss. None of that to see extra draw power on their turn if they would need it. So, that also is good for us. Kind of, you know, reduces the amount of cards our opponent can see on their turn, which is going to be pretty good. Yeah, I probably shouldn't have played. Having this option as a NA is definitely a little bit better. For sure, right? So they have 5, 6, 7. Even if they attach return, they actually don't want to KO Mewtwo with the Bolton. So they would need to come up with a play with this Mewtwo. Or they could just hit us with Bolton, I guess. But I would be fine with that, I think. And then I want to try and set up my second Bolton to one-hit KO this Mewtwo, I think. Yeah, that sounds like a good game plan to me. So we're going to take this knockout. Oh, they got their last switch. Oh, that's so unfortunate. Yeah, only one out left. One out, one switch. I was really hoping this thing would stay stuck, but now they've committed it to the Mewtwo. Do they have a play? They could Tandem Shock us, but I have 4 switch left. Nope, it's gonna be the Bolt Storm for the big hit. I could Naganadel snipe this Mewtwo, which I think I will do because that removes 6 energy from play of my opponents. So switch. Cherish Ball, grab that Naganadel. I will bench the Coco. And then research, yeah. There's this Bolton I was talking about, trying to get this guy in play. Attach. I don't want to pop Coco yet, because I want the energy here instead of here, because they get to have a the boss here and KO this Mewtwo next turn. So I'm not going to pop the Coco yet. I will attach to the Bolton, though, I think. And then, yeah, we're just going to go ahead and Venom Shot. Take this thing out. That removes 6 energy from play. I don't understand why they attached another one there. Got to get rid of 2 of our Lightnings. Now, they still have 2 Crushing Hammer left, and they could play stuff like... could play things like Yell Grunts or whatever. So they could still remove a decent amount of energy from my board. You know, boss KOing. This removes 3 energy from play. So we're not in the best spot yet. Now they have access to a bench base. Yep, I was gonna say their Coco Prism can finally be put into play, and here it comes. Here comes that Dance of Ancients. So yeah, they have that now. 2 energy from there. Who knows if they play E-switches or not? Oh, we know they play E-switches, actually. They probably at least play 2. So there's another E-switch that has the potential to be put in play here. So yeah, I'll be very curious to see what they do. They are out of switch, though. So actually, we could try and just play for Tandem Shock up and trap a... Yeah, they're out of switch. They're out of switch. So unless they play like a Bird Keeper or something, they just can't move Pokemon once we paralyze it. And that's what we're going to go for, actually. We're going to try and paralyze one of their tag teams, trap it, and then 2-hit KO it, and then that'll be game. That's going to be our game plan here with them down that 4 switch. I wonder if that would have changed my play. I didn't really fully think about that until right now, but I don't think I would have changed anything for me. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 off the Coco. Can't quite get to 9 energy like we would like to... 1-hit KO the Mewtwo. We're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we get 7, 8 from this. We actually have 0 energy left in our deck, so it's impossible to do that. Yeah, but this still feels pretty good. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good here. We're just gonna paralyze this Mewtwo with Tandem Shock. We could even Tandem Shock the Pikarom. But if they do play a Bird Keeper or something, they probably want to utilize the Mewtwo. It has more options, of course. So targeting that seems best because we should be able to 2-hit KO it pretty much no matter what, I think. And it looks like they actually get the attack here with their Mewtwo. So they're going to probably try and Tandem Shock us. Which I'm not going to lie, doesn't seem like the best idea. And actually with... I just realized we could actually just second Surf Fetched the Pikarom. This thing is weak to fighting. I was kind of thinking in terms of Mewtwo's, weak to Psychic, and now they have this, so we're not even want to KO each other's Mewtwo's. But they actually do have this Pikarom on the bench that's worth 3 prize cards. So if the Fetched is in the deck, which it looks like it is... the second Fetched is there. We got the dub. Take out this Pikarom for 2 prize cards, and then that's it. Take these 2 fightings to it with that Resolute Spear ability. Bring up that Pikarom, and then take it out with the Meteor Smash for the 200 damage. Yeah, I just kind of I just saw that play coming together at the end there. I was like, wait a second. But Pikarom's weak to fighting still. Like I was like locked in on the Mewtwo's. They're weak to Psychic. Their Fetch won't be very good in this matchup. They got the Mew or the Jirachi GX, not Mew GX. Jirachi GX removing the Psychic weakness to even begin with. And then I was like, wait a second. Pikarom's weak to fighting. Let's get that dub. Okay, we're into another one here. Once again, I'm just gonna go second. I'm gonna turn on Electrify. And there's also a decent amount of decks I want to choose to go second, like I had mentioned before. Got the Raichu or Surfetched. I think we open. I think we'll open the Raichu because we don't always want Surfetched, but Raichu pretty consistently a pretty good card. I feel like against most things. Looks like we hit another Pikarom deck. The question is it the Mewtwo build? Is it just Pikarom? Let's find out here as soon as possible. Unfortunately for us, we opened an Aurora Energy, so might have to let that go. We want to like electrify, but maybe we just attach to the Surfetch. But the thing is, we don't know if Cocoa Prism's in the deck or if it's prized. So like setting up immediately for like a turn 2 fetched play is a little risky. We could also just like try and get this on a Bolton, and then we'll kind of stick on a Bolton. Unless they play Crushing Hammers, of course, it would probably stick on a Bolton. But if they do play Crushing Hammers, it would not stick so well. We'll see though. They didn't get an energy attachment yet. They're definitely setting up pretty decently so far for our turn 2 full blitz. Still need a little bit to work with though. Got the attachment for turn, so they're well on their way now. I'll bench a fetched, and I think I just have to go with the Marnie. I don't want to. I mean, we could be a little bit more aggressive. I think we're just gonna Marnie though. We're looking for that Bolton. We can still like Dead Change, Crobat, and stuff after that. So we could also just get the Aurora to the Surfetched, which it looks like we're gonna go ahead and settle for here. Let's go take a look at the deck first. Coco is here, so we could go with a turn 2 fetched and start swinging with that. One of the problems with that is that it can then be, well, we got the 210 HP, so actually they don't even have a good response to it, even if they electrify. Yeah, it might actually work out. Let's go for it and see how it goes. Let's get rid of the Vileplume maybe. So we do need to get Coco, we need to get Lightning in the discard pile, and we need to find another Aurora Energy. And on top of all that, we probably have to hope our opponent doesn't play Crushing Hammer, and then if they do, we have to hope, hey, there it is. Hope they don't hit any heads. There's the first one. First of potentially many coming out on this turn. We'll see if they find any of the other ones. Yeah, hope our opponent doesn't play Crushing Hammer. They do. So it would have been great to have used Electrify on this turn. Our hand was super awkward. We never found the Bolton, didn't find the Quick Ball. Would have liked to have gone for the Bolton though, for sure. There's a Bolton from our opponent, so it looks like they might be settling for an Electrify this turn, which I am more than fine with. Yeah, the 210 HP on the Surfetched is actually like a big deal. Tag Ball doesn't KO it. I mean, 5 energy Lightning Ride would KO, but that's like a lot to get going. And then even the Coco V won't quite get the KO on the Surfetched. There's another Crushing Hammer, another Tails. There we go. The Aurora Energy lives for now. Here comes that Electrify. The peak is set up. They can get up to 6 energy next turn. There's another Aurora. We're getting there. Get rid of a boss here because I want to keep the switch in the deck because I have to Dead Change after this. Get into that switch. We are very close now. We are very. We got the Air Balloon. We got the Cherish Ball for the Dedenne to Dead Change. We got the Air Balloon. I think I said Air Balloon twice there, but we got that Air Balloon. Air Balloon, Dead Change. Can we get a Quick Ball or the Coco? The answer is yes, we can. We got the other fetch to work with as well, actually, which could be a big deal. So we're gonna get rid of this Naganadel. Grab ourselves the Coco. Bench the other fetched Coco Prism. Take it. I mean, it worked out like decently well here. We're definitely in a spot where, I mean, a little bit lucky. A little bit of luck had to go our way, I feel like. Our opponent did find Crushing Hammers. Fortunately for us, hit those Tails. And has led us to this situation where we're in a pretty commanding position, to be honest. We've got another Aurora Energy for the next turn to set up on the next fetch, and then we can look to get a switch. Here comes a third Crushing Hammer. All right, a Heads was finally found from our opponent, and actually even a Yell Grunt here would be pretty devastating, to be honest. Ooh, this is definitely what we want to. We want to KO that Raichu. We only have one boss left though, so it'll actually be hard for us to get that knockout on the Raichu. But we're gonna try and find it. We're gonna try and KO this Raichu with this Surfetched. Another Lightning top deck. We're gonna lose a lot of energy on this Dead Change here. We're actually gonna keep that in the deck for draw power potentially. The boss and the switches are there, so it's possible. And then yeah, Dead Change. Can we find a switch? The answer is yes. And the boss. Oh my gosh, I'm not gonna lie. That's pretty fortunate. Now they have no way to respond KO this fetched. We are going down to... Actually, I'm going to put this here. That's actually kind of insane. We are going down to 1 prize card. So the stamp to 1 is on the way, but we have it set up so we can just retreat into the other fetched with this air balloon and then just knock out this Pikarom or whatever they send up because they're all weak to fighting and then just win the game. So we have set up super well here. Been fortunate from our opponent to whiff those crushing hammers. Sometimes you got to get a little bit lucky in those kind of scenarios and have it go your way to get the dubs. They do have 1 crushing hammer left. Yell Grunt is also something that a lot of Pikarom decks do play. So would not be surprised to see the Yell Grunt happen here. Of course, they would need to combo that with the crushing hammerheads to actually make it do anything. Or they could Yell Grunt this and then reset Stampus to 1, which is another play that would be actually pretty good. They could also Tag Bolt this turn, actually. But that doesn't KO this Surfetch. That 210 HP being a huge deal in this match. If we had 200 HP, Tag Bolt KOs us. Coco V, if they play it, would KO us. Yeah, that'd be a big game changer. But yeah, the 210, kind of insane. Having that extra 10 HP being a big difference maker in this squad, for sure. And I think it's just so our opponent can't deal with our Surfetched very easily at all. E-switch is happening, so the Tag Bolt is happening. Once again, it doesn't KO the fetched, though. I don't know if our opponent has realized this or noticed this or not. Or maybe are they finally going to realize it or notice it? We'll see. Pikarom got the 6 energy. The Dedenne currently stuck in the active, though. This has to be moved. I guess I can't attack next turn, so they could just go for the Tag Bolt here. KO the benched one. Get the reset stamp me to 1. If I don't get a switch, okay. All right, I see what they're going for now. If I don't get a switch here, then I actually I might be in trouble here. How many boss do they have left is my question now. Because if I just run this to the bench, can I hide for long enough? Nope, there was the concede, so it looks like they did not find the switch card to move their Dedenne. That would have actually been that was a solid route there for my opponent. Yeah, 200, 170. Then clean up the fetched on the next turn. Looks like they whiffed the switch card, and I would have won next turn just by retreating into the other fetched. The fetched doing work, as they should when your opponent's Pokemon are weak to fighting. That's going to do it for these games with this Pikarom YouTube box deck brought to us by Tord and Pedro. So shout out to them. I'm going to leave their links in the description. So be sure to go check them out on their Twitches, their Twitters, whatever. If you guys enjoyed the games, if you did, give the video a like, return the content, be sure to subscribe. Have a good day. Thanks for watching, and peace.